What are the main causes of high-performance employees leaving the Canadian banking industry, as well as what strategies and approaches could be used to prevent this? In today's information session, we at XYZ Consulting are going to discuss with you what a high-performance employee is, how to identify a high-performance employee, the value of high-performance employees in the banking industry, many causes why employees are leaving, and how to resolve the problems in these three areas, such as motivation, communication, and recognition, as well as we are going to show scenarios where people are not feeling happy in the workplace.
A high-performance employee is an employee who views quality as a top priority and possesses the skills and ambitions to achieve success to the highest possible standard in the industry. Some of the characteristics of a high-performance employee is somebody who views quality as a top priority. So they're the kind of employee who will never skimp even if they're given the chance. If they're running late on a project, for example, they won't try and cut down the work just to make it get done on time. They'll still try and take the time and finish the project with the highest degree of quality. Likewise, a high-performance employee takes initiative, and they're also very ambitious. So when their boss has a project for them, these aren't the kinds of people who try and sneak out the door early to avoid being assigned extra work. They take on ambitious projects, and they really try and get the job done. Likewise, high-performance employees are open to multiple views. So when somebody has an idea for them, they don't try and just assume that there's one right way to get the job done. They actually listen and they weigh alternatives and make the right decision each time instead of trying to use the same standard technique every time. High-performance employees are also great time managers. So one thing that's really important is for them to have time management skills and to understand that energy allocation is key in getting the job done. And high-performance employees recognize that these traits are important, and they make good use of them. High-performance employees are also goal-oriented, and they're self-driven. So they set productive goals, and they find ways to accomplish them. And they also make sure to set realistic goals so they can actually deliver the project on time. And finally, high-performance employees make sure to seek feedback from others. So they stay open to other people's ideas, and they also are willing to receive feedback and learn from what other people have to tell them, and they're open to other people's suggestions. So those are the qualities of high-performance employees. High-performance employees are employees who view quality as a top priority. So they aren't just here to get the job done, they're here to get the job done right. Likewise, high-performance employees are willing to make difficult decisions to maintain their high standard of quality. So they understand that sometimes to get the job done, you need to balance your trade-off costs, and high-performance employees are skilled at picking the right trade-off. Likewise, these employees are able to perform under stress without compromising their work standards. So they can go in front of an audience or a presentation, and even with little preparation, they won't crack under the pressure. High-performance employees will also try and seek input from multiple areas. So they try and surround themselves with a diverse group of people. They don't just have homogeneous friends. They have a variety of people who can give them different viewpoints and ensure that they have a balanced worldview. Likewise, high-performance employees have a high aptitude for understanding others. So they use their emotional intelligence. They don't just use their IQ, they use their EQ. And they try and understand the emotions of the people around them so that they can generate the most productive results. Also, these employees are rarely motivated by money alone. These are internally driven people who, even if you were paying them minimum wage, they would still come to work and they'd work hard as long as they have that hygiene factor of enough pay to be able to live their life. And then finally, high-performance employees actually see the big picture. So they aren't just focused on getting the next job done, they're focused on getting the entire project done and how these projects are going to connect over the next 5 to 10 years to actually link everything together. So they have a long-term view, and they aren't focused on just short-term gains and getting the project done. High-performance employees are very valuable to the banking industry. High-performance employees are the ones who will lead to higher returns and who are the most efficient in task completion. So studies have found that 80% of the work is done by only 20% of the people. And this 20% of the workforce, those are your high-performance employees. Employing high-performance employees will lead to greater workplace cohesiveness and higher overall employee satisfaction. So these are the employees who get the entire team in the zone when they're working, and they're the ones who are the leaders of the group and the visionaries who people group themselves around to get the work that they need to get done. Then finally, high-performance employees can actually lead to reduced costs because they're always striving for better ways of doing business. So these are the change makers. These are the people who are willing to shake things up and try and innovate on the old traditional ways of doing things. And regardless of their current standing in the industry, generally high-performance employees are always willing to learn new things and try new techniques and practices to get the job done more efficiently.
Hi, I'm John MacDonald and I'm the head consultant with XYZ Consultant Group. My colleagues and myself are going to work with you today to address the main reasons why high-performance employees have such a high turnover rate in the banking sector. We've gathered some data on the three main reasons we believe that the issues are being caused. We're going to go through some scenarios that these situations pertain to, and then we're going to go forward with some solutions as to how you can solve these problems.
We are going to show you an example of conversation between two high-level employees discussing their lack of motivation.
Ugh, this week has sucked.
Oh man, what happened?
I just feel like this place is not for me anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I'm so unmotivated.
It's like whatever we do, it doesn't even matter anyway, so why do we even try?
Exactly. My boss was telling me 80% of my bonus this year is going to be based on my performance, but I can't work any harder for the money.
I know, it's like so unmotivating knowing that even when we complete something, we give it to someone and they don't even look at it. Like, what's even the point?
As seen in the video, a major complaint presented in the skit is that the workers felt demotivated because they could not see the impact of their work. Banking is not generally seen as a glamorous industry. A recent nationwide study found that 2% of people consider banking to be a motivating career. This is because they don't feel they are making a contribution to the world by working at a bank. Today, many high-performance employees want to feel inspired by their work that they do. Most would rather work for charities or cutting-edge companies such as Google, where they can see the impact that they make on the world. In contrast, corporate banking is removed from their customers and consists of mundane tasks. Therefore, the vast majority of Canadians view banks as an unattractive career because they don't feel they are working for a company that makes an impact in the world. Additionally, these employees become unmotivated when they saw the majority of their pay that was being based on the bonus. This was demotivating because they felt they were already doing their best and that they could not work any harder for the money. This link between high conditional pay and lack of motivation has been proven by studies that found bonuses can actually lead to lower performance and demotivation. This correlation occurs because the added pressure of working for your bonus leads people to make more mistakes. While these bonuses cannot make people work harder, they may be incentives for employees to lie and cheat to protect their income. This was seen in the 2008 stock market crash, where reckless banking practices played a major role in the market's downfall. Recommendations to help ensure that your high-performance employees are not unmotivated and losing interest in their positions are to ensure that they are motivated and driven by internal desire for success versus an external reward such as money. Create motivational conditions for your employees by ensuring to give your employees interesting and meaningful work that challenges and vitalizes them and their skills. This work should require them to do things differently, with more risk and uncertainty, which pushes them outside their comfort zones. Set stretch goals for employees, give them more responsibility and freedom to schedule and plan their own work. Millennials are especially eager to progress in their careers and less willing to wait 3 to 5 years for promotion. By developing in-between steps and titles, managers can meet their desire for career progression. It also provides incremental training and experience that will aid them later with larger career advancement opportunities. 68% of recent graduates identified good opportunities for growth and development as one of their top professional priorities. Assigning stretch projects, bringing in speakers, or sending employees to leadership conferences will be especially helpful for those workers interested in learning and growing their skills.
I'm going to show you an example of poor communication between an executive and her manager.
You wanted to see me?
Hey Alex, we have some upcoming mortgage campaigns that we're working on. They have really high targets, so you're gonna have to try really hard this quarter. Last quarter wasn't so successful for you.
Okay, is there anything I can do to improve?
You know, just work harder.
Is there anything specific you want me to do for this campaign or anything?
You can look over this stuff if you want, but just figure it out.
Okay, there's no specific area I should focus on?
No.
Okay.
High-performance employees are often hard to come by and even harder to keep. They are looking for inspiration and challenge in their workplace. A key factor to ensuring that employees are being challenged and inspired are effective and proper communication between all levels of employees. Communication can fail on many different levels, such as emails and written communication, the initial job description for a position between all different levels of employees, and lack of appropriate communication skills. Communication is one of the most powerful and important tools of today. Communication can be a difficult concept to master within an organization, particularly one with many complex levels of employees. When all parts of your organization communicate smoothly, it can improve your workflow and overall productivity. By making an effort to improve your communication skills and your processes, you can build a stronger and more successful company. Employee trust. Clear, open communication can create a sense of transparency in your organization, which helps build trust between all levels of employees. Where keeping employees in the dark can result in resentments, tension, and feeling of low job security. A strong communication in the workplace can help them feel valued and trusted. Open communication can reduce feelings of uncertainty and cluelessness about the state of a company, which makes for a more positive work environment and for employees to feel more secure and confident. There's a huge issue with communicating the big picture within organizations. Research found by Key Group, an executive coaching company, found that nearly half of all employees do not have clear or defined goals, nor do they receive feedback in their performance more than once a week. Other research by Robert Kaplan and David Norton, who are authors of Executive Premier, Linking Strategies to Operations for Competitive Advantage, found that a mere 7% of employees today fully understand their company's business strategies and what's expected of them in order to help achieve company goals. With this research found, there are many ways to help avoid these issues in the workplace and help to maintain and keep your high-performance employees. Continuously improving and practicing your communication skills is important for growing both personally and as a company. You can do this by asking for feedback after meetings and pitches, attending workshops and training sessions, ensuring you are passionate and vocalizing your goals and expectations. You are ensuring that the company's goals and objectives are mutual and understood by all. Being clear and open with your employees establishes a sense of trust. Ensuring to try to get to know your employees on a personal level helps establish this trust as well.
We're going to show you a scenario where a lack of recognition leads to an employee feeling underappreciated and undervalued.
Hi, I did some major smells. Do you want to look at it?
Just put it on the desk.
I did that really good. Do you want to see it? Or...
No, just leave it there. Thanks.
In the scenario shown, the employee is not recognized for something that she thought was a big deal or worth celebrating. Instead, the manager just ignored her and gave her no indication of reward for the big sale she had managed to complete. A simple way for organizations to make high-stakes employees feel appreciated is through recognizing their achievements. Based on a study discussed by Dora Wang, millennials are wanting to be recognized more often than not. They can be recognized simply by providing feedback to the employee in order to guide them in the right direction. The study said that 64% of employees prefer to receive feedback every 2 weeks or more. They want this feedback so often so that they are able to recognize their mistakes and how to improve them, as well as are given feedback in areas in which they are strong. Millennial employees prefer to be recognized for other situations than the traditional milestones. They want to be recognized for the hard work that they have put in on specific tasks, and the traditional way of recognition isn't the best approach to show appreciation towards employees anymore. They prefer to be recognized personally and in a way that is more tailored to their interests and their needs. Now, this type of recognition only holds true to millennials, while baby boomers still prefer the traditional way of recognition. The best way to recognize employees is to be specific and recognize them within reason. These reasons can be their behaviors and their actions within the bank. By specifying that they are being recognized because of the specific reasons, they are more likely to feel appreciated. They want the recognition to be specific towards them and towards their interests. We at XYZ Consulting found that a great way to do so is through gift cards targeted towards employees' interests, or even to allow them to choose their reward among different options. This way, the reward is a more useful way to recognize for each specific employee. Personalized recognition is a concept of flexing. When a high-level manager is able to flex to the personality and needs of a high-performance employee, they are more likely to build a relationship with them, as well as make them feel more heard and important within the company. Many employees lose their motivation because they are bored of their jobs. In order to keep them, it is important of keeping their jobs interesting. A great way to do so is to ensure that employees are in a state of flow. Ensure that they are between being stressed and being bored, and recognizing ways to increase employees' happiness in the workplace. The best way to know if employees are in a state of flow is by checking in with employees occasionally. Tailoring the work around them to their interests is one way to promote a state of flow. Making the job a learning experience is a great way to recognize the needs and wants of employees. Lastly, showing the company culture on the first day is very important because it sets a standard for the bank within the industry. It allows employees to see benefits of working there and decreases their desires to leave. It keeps things interesting and makes employees excited for what the future may bring. Overall, the best way to ensure the company is offering recognition for all employees is to talk to employees and find out what they are looking for from the company and how they want to be compensated for their work.
So in conclusion, motivation, poor communication, and lack of recognition are the three most causes for high-performance employees leaving the banking sector. We hope that understanding these issues in your organization can lead to solutions that can help further benefit your organization in the future. So 3 key takeaways that we have come to are that pay cannot alone motivate employees to work harder. Strong communication between all levels of employees, of high-level employees and lower-level employees, is vital for effective turnover in employees. And the third takeaway is that employees wishing to reduce executive turnover need to ensure that their employees are feeling valued and appreciated in their place of work.
From us at XYZ Consulting, thanks for watching.